Today we will revise from Math Ncert chapter number 5, understanding elementary shape. Understanding elementary shape, that means this part of the geometry only for basic ideas of different kinds of two-dimension figure. And also in your syllabus there have practical geometry. So what is the basic difference between practical geometry and understanding elementary shape or basic geometrical ideas? The basic difference between the understanding elementary shape and practical geometry. At first try to understand what I am discussing this point. Suppose basic geometry, another side practical geometry. What is the basic difference? Now, suppose from standard 2 to standard 5, there was no practical geometry. Only you have learned about basic geometry. So, basic geometry means draw and define. Draw and define. This is under basic geometry. Draw and define. Draw a rectangle and define. What is point? Now draw an angle. Draw a parallel line. Draw a perpendicular line. Have you taken any measure? So where at the time of during the drawing of the geometrical figure there have no measure. You do not know the length of the rectangle. You do not know the breadth of the rectangle. So these are under basic geometrical idea. Angle, intersection. These are under basic geometrical figure or understanding elementary shape, etc. But in practical geometry, you have done already from chapter number 14, the practical geometry. Suppose why these topics are called practical geometry? Suppose length 10 centimeter, breadth 6 centimeter. Now draw a rectangle. So when you will go to solve this kind of problem, you will have to use the practical, you have to use the geometrical instrument. You cannot draw it that it is 10, it is 6. Not, it is absolutely correct. That was basic geometrical ideas. But in practical geometry, you have to use the geometrical instrument to construct the rectangle. So how did you draw? You have learned already in the previous classes when chapter 14 was done. Now I am with free hand I am showing the process. At first with scale you draw two line segment. Suppose it is 10 centimeter with scale AB 10 centimeter. Then BC, then suppose breadth 6 centimeter. Now it is CD, it is 6 centimeter. Next process with the pencil compass. At first draw a line with the pencil compass. At first take any radius. Draw an arc. Okay. That means at first you have to draw a perpendicular line. That means 90-degree angle. Then cut it from here and again cut it here. Then again cut it here. Then again cut it here. You will get a perpendicular line. That means 90-degree. Because all the angles are 90-degree in a rectangle. Of a rectangle, all the angles are 90-degree. So I have drawn a 90-degree angle with the help of the geometrical instrument. Okay, then length. Measures with the pencil compass. Measures with the pencil compass 10 cm. Now from here 10 cm cut. Okay, from this point cut. Measure the 6 cm and cut with pencil compass. Then from here cut 6 cm here. From here 10 cm here. Now add. This is called practical geometry. And these were drawn by freehand. These geometrical figures were drawn by freehand up to standard 2, 3, 4 and 5. When you have appeared in standard 6, then these are under in your syllabus. There are practical geometry and also have the basic geometrical idea. Okay, you understand the basic geometry, in between basic geometry and practical geometry. Okay, now today we will discuss some important topic on basic geometrical idea. Basic geometrical idea. Look at the blackboard. When a line intersects to another line, some angles are produced. I am not going to the previous portion. Point, line segment, angle, different kinds of angle. Okay, parallel line, perpendicular line, collinear points, concurrent points. I am not going there. Okay, I am going to the most important topic sum. Suppose you know that when one line intersects to another line, such angles are formed. Some angles are formed and the name of the angles are of different types. So what are they? I am drawing. Suppose a pair of line MN and PQ. MN and PQ, a parallel line. Okay. Suppose these two lines bisected by AB line at point O, at point N, at point E. Suppose, look very carefully. I have drawn at first a parallel line. Then these two parallel lines, one pair of parallel line is bisected by line AB at point O and point E. Now look very carefully. Some angles are formed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And if you think that it is also an angle, straight angle, it is also an angle, it is also an angle, straight angle. So, how much angles are formed here? There have some relation. Number one, very carefully, some angles are formed. What are they? Number one, opposite angle. So many pairs of opposite angles are there. Opposite angles, look, AON is opposite to MOE. AON is opposite to MOE. Okay? So, one pair of opposite angles. Now, there have another opposite angle. AOM opposite NOE. opposite angle. Now here also, this angle is opposite to that angle. This angle is opposite to that angle. So how many opposite angles are there? How many opposite angles are there? 2 pair, 2 pair, 4 pair. 4 pair of opposite angles. Okay. Now, this number 1 opposite angle. Next come alternate angle. Next come alternate angle. Alternate. That means jet-like structure. The alphabet jet-like structure. Jet-like structure. Jet. This angle is just alternate to that angle. Okay. So look the figure. Suppose this angle AON. AON. Alternate. Alternate. Understand? There are also alternate, but it is also an alternate. Okay? Alternate angle. Jet structure. Next. Suppose this angle is alternate to that angle. Jet-like structure. So alternate angle NOE is alternate to OEB or PEO. Alternate to the opposite side. This angle is alternate to that angle. Angle MOE. This angle is alternate to OEQ. Okay? Alternate. Next. Number 2, alternate. Next, question number 3, corresponding. Corresponding, that means same. Corresponding means same. Look, angle AON is corresponding angle OEQ. Corresponding, that means the value of this angle is suppose 70 degree. So AON is 70 degree, also OEQ 70 degree. Okay, so this angle is corresponding to that angle. Next, the opposite side, this angle is corresponding to that angle. There are also another angles. This angle is corresponding to that angle. This angle is corresponding to that angle. Okay? So, corresponding angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Alternate angles are always equal. And there have another angle. I am clearing the figure and I have drawn again. MN, PQ, AB, OP. Look, angles of linear pair. Angles of linear pair. Angles of linear pair. Linear pair means when one line is intersect to another line, to the either side two angles are formed. To the either side of the intersecting line two angles are formed. Okay, and their sum must be 180 degree. Then you will call it is a pair of linear pair. It is a linear pair. Suppose look, this line intersect by that line. So this angle and this angle are called linear pair. Why? Their sum. Suppose you omit the line. Which type of angle is? 180 degree. So when two angles are either a in either an intersecting line, if the sum of the two adjacent, what are they related? What are the relation between two angles? Adjacent. If the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, then they will be called linear pair. Okay. Now look here. Suppose this angle and this angle, linear pair. This angle, linear pair. This angle, linear pair. Okay. So linear pair is one kind of angles. So linear pair. Number 5, adjacent. Adjacent angle. Adjacent means just one angle will be fall near the another angle or to the opposite side of another side. Now look. Suppose this is an angle. AB, C, D. Now, angle CAB or BAC is adjacent to CAD. BAC is adjacent, not equal. Is adjacent to angle CAD or DAC. Understand what is adjacent and what is the difference between linear pair and adjacent? Linear pair means two adjacent angles, their sum must be 180 degree. Okay, so these are linear pair. But if two angles are formed to the either side, but their sum is not 180 degree. So this angle and this angle, they are in adjacent angle. Okay. So this is an important topics I have discussed, and there have also some topics are in your syllabus that are some definition. Suppose, what is this? It is a point. When some point are in the same line, some points are present on the line. Suppose AB is a line, but there have so many points. 100 points are there. So this line is called collinear points. The points are called collinear. That means when on a line the points are located. The points are called collinear points. Okay? This is one type. Next, concurrent point. Concurrent point means suppose a point, through a point when more than lines are passing. So these points are called concurrent point and the lines are called concurrent line. Okay? So this type of geometrical figure you will find our Ashok Chakra, spokes of the tire, spokes of the cycle tire. Okay. And different kinds of instruments that are formed by the wood. Okay. So these are called concurrent point. Next, some basic geometrical topics. What is this? It is a circle. Okay. You know that in a circle, through the middle of the pencil compass, take a radius and make the curved line. It is called a circle. The midpoint is called center. From the center to the periphery, it is called radius. It is called radius. Okay. And if you extend to the opposite side, you will get another radius. So this total distance is called diameter. This total distance is called diameter. So diameter is the greatest chord of a circle. Suppose you are drawing from here. You are drawing from here and draw the line. When you will reach in this point, in the midpoint, just like an equator. Okay. So this line is the greatest line, greatest chord. These are all chord. Okay. These are all chord. So radius plus radius, that means 2 radius. So diameter. So diameter is the double of its radius, and radius is half of its diameter. Okay. So there are so many elementary shapes that you have already learned in the previous classes. I am not repeating again. Okay. This much for today, and you will draw the different kinds of figure which I have discussed today and try to explain yourself. Okay.